Hello peoples of the internet, my name is Lily, welcome if you're new and welcome back if you're not. And today I'm going to be doing a January and December book haul. We're doing a book haul. We're doing December and January, or like Christmas and January book haul. We have like 5 something categories based on when I got them, so we're just gonna go in order of how I got them and when I got them. So we're starting with the Christmas books, so let's get into it. So in the Christmas book category, we have 2 categories. We have parents and meme/aunt. So we're gonna start with the books my parents got me. So the first book my parents got me was Hazel Blight in the Deep Blue Sea by Ashley Herring Blake. This is a sapphic middle grade story. I read The Mighty Heart of Sunny St. James by Ashley Herring Blake and absolutely loved it. I thought it was amazing. It was adorable and I really loved it. So I really wanted to read more of her work and I'm very excited that I can read this. And they're super easy to fly through. They're big font and tiny book. So, very excited to read this and very thankful that I have it. This next one, you guys. I've been wanting this book for like ever. And that is Pizza Pan by J.M. Barrie. The Mina Lima edition. The best edition, in my opinion. And look at how beautiful it is. I have it now. This has been on top of my priority list for a while. But this is like, the Mina Lima edition is it's interactive and there's different things in it and I'm just really excited. I love Peter Pan. I've always loved the stories and I love dark, twisted takes on them. They're so much fun to read. And I love the story of Peter Pan, so very excited that I have this gorgeous edition now. The next book is a book by an author who I love. That is Beyond the Black Door by A.M. Strickland. If you don't know, I absolutely loved In the Ravenous Dark. I thought it was amazing and genius and dark and twisted, so I'm very excited to read this. I've heard nothing but amazing things about it as well. I don't know much about it. There's a black door, and she's told not to go to the black door. What does she do? Go through the black door! Whoa, what a concept. So, yeah, I'm very excited to read this. I think I'm going to really enjoy it, and I already know I like A.M. Strickland, so very excited try something else. This next book I have read. I read it in a day. When you're seeing this, it was last Saturday I read this. I read it in a day. I loved it. And that is Loveless by Alice Oseman. Oh, I love this book so much. This follows Georgia and she has never had a crush on anybody. She's never she loves the idea of romance, but she hates the reality of it when she's put in those romantic situations. This whole book is her navigating through university and trying to figure out who she is, and it's just so amazing in these characters. Oh, George's college parent is my everything. I love him so much. They are perfect. But I loved this book. I love the exploration of asexuality in a romantic. It's very good. I loved it. The next book is a sequel to one of my favorite books of 2021, and that is This Coven Won't Break by Isabel Sterling. I loved These Witches Don't Burn. It was so good. I haven't yet read this, but it is one of my next books I'm very excited to read this because it looks so good. Like I said, I just love These Witches Don't Burn. I thought it was cute. I loved the witches. I'm very excited to read this and see if I enjoy it as much as I did the first one. The next 2 books, or the last 2 books in the Christmas category, I got from my mama and my aunt, so yeah. The first one I have read, and that is The Dead in the Dark by Courtney Gold. I gave this 4 stars. I thought it was really good. There were some things that I didn't like. I thought the romance was a bit rushed. That could have just been me, and I read the second half of this book in 2 days. But I did really enjoy the mystery aspect. This is a horror story, horror sapphic story. I loved the twist at the end. I really liked how their relationships evolved over time. I loved, so the main character, one of the main characters has 2 dads, and I loved one of the relationships she had with one of the dads, and I loved how the other one evolved throughout the book. So, yeah, I really enjoyed it. Thought it was really good. And the last book I got, which I'm very excited to read. I have this other book, which I haven't read yet, but this one looks so good. The other one looks really good too. That is Briar Girls by Rebecca Kim Wells. I actually have the other book by this author signed. I haven't read either of them, but I really want to. This is about a girl, I think, who can kill you with a touch. Very excited to read this, and I think I'm going to really enjoy it. So, my next category of books is books that I got when I was with Kat. I only have 3 in this category. The first book I got was a book that Kat actually got for me for Christmas. This was like one of my Christmas presents. I'm very excited to read it. But that is Sister Song by Lucy Holland. I'm very excited to read this. Mollie from Mind of Mollie really loved this book. They read it for one of those videos where their friends give them prompts. And they loved it, and I'm really excited to read this. It looks really good. It's an adult fantasy, I believe. But I think I'm gonna really enjoy it. It looks really good. And if you don't know, one of my goals is to read an adult fantasy or adult book every month. But I'm hoping to read this soon so that can count for that challenge. The next book is one that I got at Half Price Books. That is The Murder Complex by Lindsay Cummings. I don't know what this is about, but it says she's trained to survive, he is programmed to kill. I don't know. Hopefully I like it. I'm gonna give it a shot before I get rid of it. Hopefully I like it, and it was only $6, so, you know. And lastly, I think this was at an independent bookstore there, and I got a blind date with the book. One was just a picture of a knife, like a bloody knife, and I'm very excited to read it, and that is My Sister the Serial Killer by, I don't want to mispronounce this name, so I'm not going to try, but that's the author's name. This is a very popular book, and I'm so excited to read this. Like, it's big fun. Like, I can bust through this in a day, and I'm very excited to read this. This is definitely going to be one of my adult books. It's like an adult thriller or something about somebody their sister's a serial killer. So I'm very excited to read this, and I think I'm going to really love it because it just looks so good. So this is the last book in this stack. So the next category of books is book box books. This first one I'm going to mention, I'm not sure if I think I got it in December, but I may have gotten it at the beginning of January. But that is Dreams Lie Beneath by Rebecca Ross. This was my last Owl Crate. I don't know how excited I am to read this. It looks okay. I will give it a shot. I think there's something about a plague or something. You couldn't ask me. I have no idea what this is about, but you know, we'll give it a shot. I want to do like a week or something where I just try out Owl Crate books because I haven't read like any. So maybe one day. The next book is my mom for Christmas got me a subscription to Once Upon a Book Club box, which I absolutely love. I've never actually finished one of their books, but their books, how it works is in each of their boxes, they have the items are curated for the book. So when you get to a certain page in the book, you get an item. And I actually started Beasts of Prey, which was, I got the September box a while ago, and I actually started it just so I could get the first one. And I have used that item ever since I opened that box. So, you know, if I can find one, I'd show you. But the book in the box was Skin of the Sea by Natasha Brown. See if I can find. So you see, so it says open your gift right there on page 4. Oh, I should read this. I get gifts on page 4. In the cute little packages and stuff. They're really cute. So I'm excited to read this. I am very interested in it, so I'm hoping to read it soon. Very excited to read this, and I think I'm gonna really enjoy it. So for my next category are all books that Kat sent to me. So the first book is the Fairy Loot edition of Witches Steeped in Gold by Sienna Smart. That could be wrong. But this is absolutely gorgeous. Like, have you seen this book? It's amazing. I have the Owl Crate edition, but it's just stunning. So, yeah. I will be reading this edition. It has a bookmark. Like, it's beautiful. So I will be reading this edition when I do read it. And this just makes me want to read it even more. Very excited to read this. The next book is a book that I've been wanting to read for quite some time, and I finally have it, and I'm so eager. But that is The Bone Witch by Rinch Pecco. This is like about necromancy or something, and I'm all for it. I like that kind of stuff. So yeah, very excited to read this. I think it's gonna be really interesting. The next book is a thriller that I really want to read, and I'm very excited to read it. That is The Cousins by Karen M. McManus. I have not read a Karen M. McManus, and I feel like that is so shameful. My friend who doesn't even read is like, you should read One of Us Lying. So I do really want to read One of Us Lying, but I do have this one, so hopefully I will be reading this one soon. Her next book really interests me because it's like tagged like Ferris Bueller but with murder, and I love Ferris Bueller's Day Off. That's one of my comfort movies. Anyway, I'm very excited to read this, and I think I'm gonna really enjoy it. And I really want to read One of Us Lying so I can watch the TV show. The next book is one that I've been wanting to read since I heard about it. It's on my top 10 books to read in 2022, and that is White Smoke by Tiffany D. Jackson. I'm just so excited to read this. I've heard mixed things, but I don't care. I really want to read this, so I'm hoping to read it really, really soon. The next book is a second copy of a book I already have, and that is The Midnight Lie by Marie Witowski. This one's like a sapphic story. I'm very excited to read this. I think it's going to be really good, and I'm just very excited because it looks so freaking cute and good. It's sapphic, and yay! So, the next book in this stack is The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner. This is like about this girl who I think makes like potions and gives them to women who want to kill their husbands. What more do I need? I'm very excited. I think I'm gonna really, really love this, so I'm hoping to read this very, very soon because it looks so, so good. The next book is a Greek mythology retelling, and it looks really good, and that is Ariadne by Jennifer Saint. I'm excited to learn more about Ariadne. I don't think I know much about Ariadne, so how many times can I say Ariadne? But I really want to read it, so. The next one is a Fairy Loot edition of a book, and that is Fire with Fire by Destiny Zariah. I usually don't read dragon books, but this one just looks really good. Also really pretty. So, yeah, I'm hoping I enjoy this one, despite it being about dragons. The next one is another duplicate copy, but I literally hate what they did. I have the Owlcrate edition of this book, and I hate what they did. So Kat gave me the Fairy Loot edition, and that is Lore by Alexandra Bracken. Everybody was like complaining about how gross this looks. It's like, what is gross about it? It looks amazing. I'm very excited to read this. It was one of my most anticipated releases of 2021, and like the naughty person I am, I haven't read it yet. I think I'm gonna love it. Very excited. I just want to read it. And the last 3 books in this category, I've read them all, so that was fun. But we have Spellslinger by Sebastian D. Castro. I think I'm actually going to get rid of this and give it to my book drive at my school next week. But this is, you know, a very popular book because Jade absolutely loves the series from Jade Ray Reads. I thought it was okay. I appreciate the fact that Sebastian D. Castell ends his books kind of like a standalone-ish, so that there's no major cliffhanger that'll make you want to continue, because I don't really. It was okay. I read it in like 2 days, but it was okay. My favorite character is the talking cat. He freaking rules. Love him. But it was okay. It wasn't my favorite. Could have been worse. I love how they use cards as weapons, though. But yeah, thought it was okay. The next book is this is tied with Loveless for my favorite book of January. I absolutely loved it. I'm currently reading the sequel, and that is The Prison Healer by Lynette Nani. I knew I wanted to read this, like, when it came out, but I didn't know how badly I was gonna love this. It's also stunning. I love this edition. But I loved this. If you didn't know, this is about prison healer. She heals people in prison. And it's just, I knew absolutely nothing about this book going in, and I was so surprised by it. I don't think you should read the description I think you should just go for it. If you are interested in it, go for it. It's so good. Loved it. Very excited to keep reading the sequel. And the last book on this list, but that is Me, My Dad, and the Ends of the Rainbow by Benjamin Dean. This is about him and Archie, who his dad comes out as gay, and Archie's like confused, but he's not confused, and he's just doesn't know what to do with himself. And he's like, things are changing, but they aren't really changing anymore. And he decides that him and two of his friends are going to sneak away to Pride in London, and it just unravels from there. And I really enjoyed it. I read this in a day. I read this in like 5 hours, and thought it was really cute. The last category in this book haul is books that I got at Barnes & Noble, because we, being my mom and me, went to a different Barnes & Noble because our Barnes & Noble is so small, so we went to one that had 2 levels. The first book I saw in the bookstore that I went to, like, in the YA section was Unravel the Dusk, and I was like, I knew I needed Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lynn. So I got Spin the Dawn. I'm very excited to read this. This is a competition with fashion, but you pour, like, the moon and the stars or something. I'm really excited. I know it's been very popular, and I just think I'm gonna really, really enjoy it. And what pushed me to get it was the fact that Kat gave me a book sleeve, a really fancy one, that is inspired by Spin the Dawn. So I was like, I need it, and it'd be fun if I read Spin the Dawn and put it in the book sleeve. So, the next book, you're probably wondering, what's in the book sleeve? You could have guessed by what I said earlier. But what's in the book sleeve? The Gilded Cage by Lynette Nani. The sequel to The Prison Healer. Because this is what I'm currently reading, so it goes in the book sleeve. So, I'm loving this. Can't say much about it, obviously it's a sequel. I am about 116 pages in. I'm loving it. It's a really interesting scene right now. I'm loving it. The last book I got was A Blind Date with a Book, and it was like so adorable. Like, it was so cute, the package, and the tagline said, it was a quote from the book, and it was like, "Want to see a dead body? 12-year-old. And it was like horror novella. And the book was The Body by Stephen King. I have never read a Stephen King book, and it's very short. So I haven't read a Stephen King book, but I really, really want to read a Stephen King book because I want to get more into adult books and adult horror and just horror in general because I love horror. But I'm not sure what this is about. I think this is the inspiration behind Stand By Me, which is a classic film. My mom told me about it as soon as I opened this. So, yeah. I think I'm gonna really enjoy it, and hopefully I really do, because I really want to get more into Stephen King. We're done. That was all the books. That was all the books. Have you read any of these? Did you like it? Did you like them? Did you hate them? Which one should I prioritize that I haven't read already? Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you made it this far in the video, comment a water emoji. Like some sort of water emoji. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, y'all!